Hello everybody, how are you doing? I'm keeping my fingers crossed for some shop time this afternoon, but let me show you real quick what I've got to worry about this morning. I got my wife's car out in the driveway. It's going to get washed first. I hate to leave mine sit outside because it is hot, but the problem is if I don't leave my car sit outside, then it makes it tough to get the cars dry. It is so hot today. The sun, well, not yet, but it's going to be. The sun is kind of hot, but when you wash the cars, our water has a lot of mineral in it, and if you don't get it dried right away, you get these water spots, and man, they are hard to remove. So I like to empty the garage out. I'll wash one car, pull it in, get it all dried, and then I'll pull it out, pull the other one in, and do the same thing. You know, I got to get them inside and out. Windows need to be clean, wipe them down, vacuum them out. They're not super dirty, but I'm just trying to keep up with them. So we're gonna do hers first, then mine. And the second part, when we get done with the cars, I have a little Honda pressure washer. And I want to get it out. I haven't started it in a couple of years, so the first thing I want to do is drain that gas tank. I don't know if there's any gas in it or not. I know it has a shutoff valve, and I ran it completely dry with the valve closed, so there should be no old fuel in the carb or in the system at all. So I'll just drain the tank if there's any in it, get some fresh gas in there, and then we're going to make sure we get that thing running, because coming up when the weather breaks a little bit, I've got to seal my driveway and my patio, and I need to pressure wash it first. So that's what I'm going to start the day out with. This is all I'm going to talk about, updates on this stuff, because I know it bores you guys. But if I get in the shop, you'll get an update on anything and everything that happens on that side of the garage. Well, I promised no more car updates, but I didn't say anything about no music updates. I just finished this album by Blackfoot, and it was incredible. Side 2 has Train, and Highway Song. Side 2, it's a solid album, but Side 2 just kicks it out of the park. It's awesome. Next up, I've got on top of my stack here, we're going to put a little Angel on the turntable. I'll let you guys know what I think about that when it finishes. All I will say about this album is it is some of the best classic 70s rock you never heard on the radio. Think about it. Let me know if you ever heard of Angel before I mentioned them to you, number one, or number two, if you have heard of them, have you ever really heard their song on the radio? I mean, I've been listening to the radio for a lot of years, and I don't think I ever heard an Angel song. I found out about them because a buddy of mine turned me on to them. I'm going to put another one of their albums on the old turntable. The first one was really enjoyable. Check them out. I am going through a lot of albums today. I'm spending a whole lot of time in the garage, which is great because I've been wanting to listen to some of these. Next up, a little Manfred Mann's Earth Band. I'll let you know what I think of this one. Guys, I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. I didn't make it all the way through Manfred Mann. I had a friend of the family come over, and they needed to plane some boards down to a certain thickness, and then they needed to cut them to a certain length, and because they're making a project, so they asked if I would help. So I spent a little bit of time doing that. I got the cars finished. I told you I wouldn't do much more of an update on those, but got them finished. And the shop is a wreck. Take a look at the table saw. It's covered in dust where we were cutting. We had the planer out back, which was good. I just fired up the leaf blower and blew all the dust out of it into the yard, which that won't hurt anything. I'm getting ready. There was some gum or something on the carpet of my wife's car, so she's working on that right now. When she gets done, I'll put it in the garage, shut the door. I'll open my shop door, fire my leaf blower back up. I'm just gonna blow all the dust out. I mean, it's everywhere. It's horrible. So we're just gonna take this layer of dust down, and that's it for me, man. It's been 90 plus degrees all day, and I've been out since, I don't know, 8:15, 8:30 this morning. I'm tired, and I'm ready for a break. So I'll keep you guys posted if anything else happens. Well, guys, I thought I was done. I was about to go in and call it a night when I realized I wanted to get my pressure washer out. I pulled it out of the shed, and it's been 5 years since I've run it, and I was really worried about having gas in the tank. So there's a shutoff valve, so the valve was off. So I went behind the valve, I pulled the rubber hose loose, had a catch can, nothing came out. Luckily, I had drained the tank completely empty the last time I used it before I put it away. So that is a real good thing. And I think it makes sense because we were cleaning a fence at a house we were moving out of. And, you know, I knew that it was going to go into storage. So I'm pretty sure, I kind of thought I might have, but I wasn't 100% sure. I went ahead and put it back together, put a little bit of gas in it, hooked the water up, Fired it. It started on the first pull. It did die after a couple of minutes. It idled kind of rough and died. Second pull, boom, she was running. So I think it just needed to get a good fuel feed to the carburetor. And once it did, it ran. I went ahead and played around with it, shot some dirt off the house, just goofing off, and it ran great. So it is good to go. When I get a nice weekend, the issue is I want to seal my driveway and my patio in the back, and you need to clean them off with a pressure washer first. And I've got all the tools to do it. The problem is it's been 90 degrees, and the last thing you want to do is put down that sealer when it's 90 degrees. It just bubbles off. You need to catch it, 70 something degrees, 78 degrees, 60, 76, something like that. A nice cool temperature. So I've got everything ready to go. I just need to pick up the sealer for the driveway, and we'll be good. We'll be good to go. So that is truthfully it for me. My wife was out grilling some hamburgers, so I'm calling it quits. I'm gonna eat a burger, grab a shower, and today is done. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry to get his shop time, but it's just the day. Things just took a lot longer than I expected. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. I'm ready to get back to work, and hopefully we'll get some time in the shop Monday or Tuesday, and we'll be able to turn a few more blanks. Take care. We'll talk to you real soon.